Hi, guys. All right. Welcome in, everyone, to Uma's Lotus Lounge. We are still in season 4, episode 18, I believe, right now. Coming down to the end of it. We usually go till the end of May and then take a break. But wow, hasn't so much already happened since the start of this year? As you guys know, maybe you don't know. I don't know, right? But my year started off kind of really crazy. First with the passing of my aunt that I was very close to. Then I got diagnosed with breast cancer. Then my best friend passed away. It was such a crazy start to the beginning of the year. However, I don't know if you guys have felt the change in atmosphere, the change in energy, but I've surely felt it as spring comes on in with this past spring equinox that came in on March 20th. Things just feel lighter, doesn't it? At least it does for me. So I hope you guys are beginning to feel the change of energy as new life awakens, reemerges from that deep slumber of winter. And I hope that you guys can catalyst and use the energy for good. So welcome in. We are live streaming to the MeetMe app, where this is a featured show. And we are also live broadcasting on my YouTube and my podcast, The Lotus Lounge. For those of you that don't know, I have a podcast called The Lotus Lounge. It is available anywhere that you can find podcasts: Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Buzzsprout. All right, just check me out there and hit that follow. So when I do a show like this, I have two audiences that I'm speaking to, right? I have the live audience that are watching me live. So you guys get some extra stuff. For instance, those of you that are watching me on MeetMe, if you send a 1K gift before the end of the show, you will get a mini psychic reading. You can use it for a question that you have. You can use it for, what does my spirit guides want to tell me? Or, Uma, how is this week going to go? Whatever you want to use it for. I am just grateful for your support. Now, those of you that are watching me live on YouTube and on MeetMe, you guys will also get some daily affirmations. So all you have to do is put a 1 in the comments, and I will give you a daily affirmation. Now, those of you that are listening in, don't worry, you're not missing out. At the end of the show, I'm going to give you various ways you can get in contact with me for readings, upcoming classes, upcoming events, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe we will cross paths when we do at some point in time. All right. So let's start with these affirmations. I don't have anyone yet watching me on YouTube, but I have a ton of people watching me here on MeetMe. There goes my man. Hi, baby. Listen, get you a man that supports you. All right. My man, even though he works long hours, he always tries to get in here on my featured show and show love. Thank you, my love. Everyone hit a fave on Spicy Trini. That's the name he's wearing right now, but his name is Big Rose. And he also is a streamer here on the MeetMe app. All right, let's get into it. Who put a 1 in the comments? All right, Jay Smack, thank you. Your affirmation today: obstacles are detours in the right direction. OGMF Vet, your fearless freedom lights up the world. Thank you for putting a 1 in the comments. My babe, of course, I'm going to give him his affirmation. There is a stream of love supporting your dreams. Thank you for the gifts. Got you. Okay. Anyone else would like an affirmation of the day? Put a 1 in the comments. I'm going to choose one for myself. Let's see. When I lean towards love, I am led. That's amazing. When I lean towards love, I am led. All right. For those of you that are watching at home, I'm going to give you options: card A, card B, card C. So if you are listening in from home or watching from home, go ahead, take a minute, pause the video, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in and exhale, and ask yourself, which affirmation is going to work for me? Is it card A? Is it card B? Or is it card C? All right. Welcome in, guys. This is a featured show, so I cannot interact with the audience, but So glad you guys are here, and I hope that you do enjoy my show today. All right. So, for those of you that chose card A, your message is the universe works fast when you are having fun. The universe works fast when you are having fun. For those of you that chose card B, I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again, and I choose love. I recognize I have chosen fear. I choose again, and I choose love. That's for those of you that chose card B. And for those of you that chose card C, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. All right. That's for everyone who participated. All right. Welcome in, everyone. Yes, we will be doing the horoscopes for the week for each of the zodiac signs. We will be doing the astrology of the week. And we also have a beautiful topic for you guys today. The topic today is after the reset, how to move forward with clarity. Now, how many of you know what a Mercury retrograde is, right? A Mercury retrograde just happened, for those of you that didn't know, and it ended on Friday, March 20th, which is the same time that we had spring equinox come in, right? So there's a lot of change in the air. And I don't know if you guys can feel it or not, but are you feeling more hopeful? Are you feeling more optimistic? Are you feeling just a little bit lighter? You know, I don't know about most of you, but for me, March was a very heavy month, a lot of heavy energy, maybe a little bit of sadness, maybe a little bit of depression. Yes, spring equinox is very vibe driven, and it was just on Friday. So we just came out of Mercury retrograde. And sometimes people feel like, well, everything should suddenly feel clear or smooth or get back on track. But it's okay if you still feel a little off. You're coming through what I feel was a very disturbing Mercury retrograde. It was just beyond, right? So if you're feeling a little unsure, a little slow to move, like things are clear, but not fully clear, that's why we have the topic for today. After the reset, moving forward with clarity after Mercury retrograde. This is the phase that most people don't want to talk about, which is the integration phase, right? Where the lessons have been shown, but now you have to decide what to do with them. So we're going to start together by grounding in with a few affirmations. All right, welcome in, everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge, a featured stream here on the MeetMe app, and one of my weekly shows here on the Lotus Lounge podcast. All right, so if you're going to do this with me, take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and repeat after me. I move forward with clarity and intention. I move forward with clarity and intention. Sometimes when people do affirmations, they like to place their hand on their heart, right? Or on their chest. Deep breath in. Exhale. I trust what has been revealed to me. I trust what has been revealed to me. Deep breath in and exhale. I take aligned action at my own pace. I take aligned action at my own pace. Awesome. Take one last deep breath in and let it out slowly. Those are our affirmations for the day. Remember, guys, those of you that are watching live on MeetMe, if you drop a 1K gift before the end of the show at 6 p.m., you will get a mini reading. So we're going to do the energy message of the week. I like to use the Divine Energy Oracle cards. Somehow it just always seems to fit. You know, every time I do this, people are like, whoa, I know you were reading for everyone in here, but that message resonated for me. I get it. You know, that's kind of how spirit guides work. One message for all. And the message for today, this week, for you, for something you're going through, is reach for the stars. All right? Reach for the stars. I'm going to give you the message and let's see if it fits for you guys, okay? Hopefully it does. Hopefully it means something to you. All right. The message is clear. You are an instrument of divine creativity and are being called upon to live up to your true heritage. Your divine energy is calling you to fully claim your unlimited potential by directing your thoughts and emotions solely towards your highest dreams. Support your vision by stabilizing and strengthening your body with a healthy diet and regular exercise, and augment your mental faculties by taking command of your thoughts, focusing only on the positive creative outcome. Don't be swept away by the negative waves of despair that travel the planet. This is the best way to serve your goals and help your fellow humans. I tell you, does this message resonate for anyone? Reach for the stars. I have to tell you, it resonates for me. One of the things that I've been going through is I am still in pain from my surgery that happened 2 weeks ago now at this point, right? On the 11th. Yeah, it happened on Wednesday, March 11th. I had breast cancer. I am completely cancer free. And I had to do a breast augmentation to remove the tumor. And it's interesting because people that go through surgeries are put in a real paradox. I don't know if you guys know this, but they do subscribe you like pain meds. But the pain meds, even though they're wonderful, you don't feel a thing. You feel absolutely amazing. You don't feel anything. The pain meds make you sleepy. So you can't work because you're too tired to work, but you're happy because you're not in pain. So for the first week, it wasn't even an option, right? I was on pain meds. Every 6 hours, they said you could take a pain med. And every 6 hours without fail, I took a pain med because the pain was just too great. I'm not going to lie to you. I wish I could be like a female Rambo on here and be like all proud and be like, yeah, no, I was a chicken. It hurt. It hurt a lot. And I took it every 6 hours to make sure I did not feel that pain. But now I'm in this place, right, where it's the second week. Should I be taking pain meds as much as I was taking it the first week? Part of me want to be like, yes, I don't want to feel this pain. But then the other part of me is like, but I have to work, right? I got to get back to work. I can't not work, right? So what do? Well, my compromise was instead of taking it every 6 hours, I'll take it every 12 hours. So I'm back to work like 50% of the time. And the rest of the time, I'm just sleeping because, again, those meds make me really sleepy. So I mention all of this because in life, it's always going to be a duality balance, right? What hurts and what feels good. And you have to find your own way of toggling between the two and making sure that you can do what you want to do, but also you may have to tolerate some pain with it. That's just my thought about it, right? So hopefully you can handle the pain. I'm doing pretty well handling it. I haven't actually taken any pain meds today, so I have some sort of discomfort, but again, mind over matter all the time. So if I sit here and just focus on it, it's going to pain more. And if I keep moving on and doing what we're doing, it seems to not matter as much, right? All right, welcome in everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge. It's a featured stream here on the MeetMe app. So happy to have you guys. We're going to go into the astrology of this week and also follow up with weekly horoscopes for all 12 of the zodiac signs. So if you are here listening to me live, congratulations. We did not start the weekly horoscopes. Your sign will soon come. But let's first talk about what the astrology is this week. Now, this week is March 23rd So we're talking about March 23rd until March 30th. Okay. So this is officially the start of Aries season. March 22nd, yesterday, the sun formed a conjunction to Neptune in Aries. And Neptune in Aries, you have to think about it like your intuition is heightened, your imagination is heightened. Now, that could be a scary thing, right? I don't know if you guys know, but I do mini psychic readings on TikTok. I am a TikTok live streamer as well. And between yesterday and today, it has been crazy. I mean, I've had to literally say to some people, are you sure he's ghosting you? Or is there a possibility you might be making that up in your head? Well, I could be making it up. Yeah, right? That's the energy of Neptune in Aries. Some of you, your intuition's really heightened, but some of you are kind of going off of fantasy. So, which is which? Well, I'll give you a neat little trick, something that I've taught myself. What I've noticed is that if I have a thought and it brings me any sort of fear, or I'm in a scarcity mindset, or I feel unsure or uncertain, that's probably not my intuition. That is probably my imagination. So as you go through this week and experience this Neptune and Aries, if you're having these random thoughts, check it against your gut, okay? If it feels calm, cool, yeah, that's a great idea, probably your intuition. If it comes with fear, it may be your imagination, all right? Just a little tip from healer Uma. Okay, now today is March 23rd. So we have Mercury and the North Node of Destiny connecting in Pisces. What does that mean? The North Node of Destiny connecting in Pisces. It simply means that there may be energy around us right now aligning us with important people and ideas. So pay attention to who is paying attention to you. If you are a streamer, do you have some important people stopping by your stream? If you are at work, are the higher ups paying attention to you? Right? But it's not just people either, right? It's the ideas you're having. How many of you have had some interesting ideas between yesterday and today about your future, about your destiny, about your purpose, right? That is what Mercury and the North Node of Destiny connecting brings about. Now, on Wednesday, March 25th, the Sun and Saturn link up in Aries. What that means is we're going to be more disciplined and regimented starting Wednesday. So for some of you, you may be wanting to start like a regular routine, right? Maybe you want to get on schedule to work out. Maybe you want to run a marathon and you got to start training. Wednesday is going to be ideal for that. All right. So I would say save all of that energy for Wednesday. And March 28th, this weekend, we have Saturn in Aries aspect Pluto in Aquarius. Whew. We're going to know about control issues. Either we're going to feel very controlling, people are going to try to control us, or control issues are going to come up in relationships. So the understanding for March 28 is let go or be dragged. Let go or be dragged. I hope you guys let go. Okay. Don't be dragged. All right. Let's get into our horoscopes for this week. It's not a daily, it's a weekly horoscope. So when you hear your sign, you can either listen for your sun, your moon, your rising. When you hear your sign, you want to pay attention to this may be something that's going to happen this week that hasn't happened yet. And remember, it's in relation to the spring equinox that just came in on Friday. So, do we have any Aries? Any Aries in the building? Aries, You made it through an intense winter. This week, you will radiate boldness and charisma and be ready for a full on confidence boost from the cosmos. This is your time to shine and to plant seeds of success as the cosmos is bringing you a big dose of a positive energy. So that is for Aries. Taurus, do we have any Taurus in the building? Taurus, this week, your tendencies towards sensual gratification will be at an all time high. Try to indulge yourself in ways that boost your self esteem. You are the best at finding beauty no matter what. Tap into your potential. This moment might bring bursts of inspiration, leading you to new forms of expression. And I just want to say to those of you that are listening to your horoscopes, remember, this is a general message for all Aries, all Taurus, all the signs that we're doing. If you want a specific message to you about how this week is going to go, a 1K gift will get you there. All right. Now we have Gemini. Do we have any Geminis in the building? Hi, guys. Welcome to my feature show. So good to have you here. All right, Gemini, your duality is active. You'll find yourself torn between finding time alone away from your friends and wanting to be out socializing with the community. You will be given a chance to set intentions, which will be a nice way to declutter anything that remains from the past season. All right? Cancer. Cancer, this is the message for you. Your leadership skills will be top notch. Try to carve out time to focus on your next steps at the office. Your work ethic will attract others to support and believe in your ideas. So use this time wisely, Cancer, as you can benefit financially from professional connections. Congratulations, Cancer. All right, Leo. Do we have any Leos in here? Leo, your wanderlust will be beckoning for you to travel to new territories. If you haven't planned a vacation, start thinking about where you want to go next, but wait to buy tickets until next week. Try meeting new people because you might click with someone. And Virgo, if we have any Virgos in here, this is your weekly horoscope for this week. Virgo, your energy levels might be up and down. Get restful sleep when you can and double up on the vitamins and self care rituals. People might come across as overly enthusiastic this week, especially at work. So set your boundaries and take space when you need it. Let's move on to Libra. Libra, your freedom will be important, especially if you have someone to share it with. Plan something with your adventurous friends or take your significant other on a spontaneous day trip. If you are single, you might connect with someone who shares your aspirations. Definitely put yourself out there right now. That is for Libras. Let's get to Scorpio. Scorpio, you are building a strong sense of self and are determined to make your aspirations a reality. There are no shortcuts, so the patience you are developing is profound. Tap into your potential and see what happens. You will be feeling optimistic about the rest of the year as a result. That is for Scorpio. All right, we got a couple more signs left, like 4 more signs. Just bear with me, guys. Welcome in. Sagittarius, any creative work you feel drawn to could become your next side hustle or profession. Art and ingenuity will feel expansive and illuminating during this time. Your talents want to be seen, so let the world get a peek. And let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, expect the unexpected. The more you can go with the flow, the easier it will be for you. Stay diligent and attentive towards details in your work and family life. You might need to handle some personal matters. Do your best to use compassion rather than control the situation. That is for Capricorn. Aquarius, dynamics at work are shifting. These changes are happening for the highest good. With endings come beginnings, and that is your specialty. If something is not serving you, just let it go. You are building a new foundation. Forget yourself, and time will reveal how much this benefits you. And finally, let's end with Pisces. Beware of going overboard with indulgence during this shift, as you might want to delve into risky business and overspend your money. Maybe you should buy a lottery ticket, but try not to get carried away with spending all your cash. Save your pennies for a rainy spring day. There you have it. That is the astrology of the week and also the horoscopes for the week. Remember, if you want your personal message for the week, it is a 1K gift for those of you on MeetMe. Welcome in, everyone. This is the Lotus Lounge. Thank you, Uma's Lotus Lounge. It is a featured stream here on the app. It is not a regular stream, so welcome in. Please enjoy the show. Now we're going to shift to the positive news segment. I like to include this part of my show because I feel like there's so much negativity in the world, even here on streams, that sometimes we forget that there's other people doing other things and they're doing really great and amazing things. So I want to share with you some positive news that will hopefully make you feel good about yourself, about life, about everything in general. So, did you know that an 8-year-old boy won $1,000 on a TV show? And guess what he did with it? He donated it all to his neighbor fighting leukemia. He simply asked, "How many chemo sessions can I buy for her?" And it was a cute little 8-year-old boy with, this little baby in this pram. He donated all his winnings to his neighbor. Isn't that sweet? So that's the first bit of positive news I have for you. Now let's go to Brazil. Brazil has introduced therapy dog programs in hospitals where trained dogs visit patients to bring comfort and reduce pain and anxiety. Do you guys feel you would heal faster if you had some pets in the hospital as you're waiting for surgery or coming back from surgery? Do you feel pets would help you feel better? If I had to have a pet, I would want like a cat, like a little cat. I don't want that big dog sitting on me in the hospital, right? Like that's a no for Uma, or maybe a rabbit. A rabbit would be really cute. All right, how cute is this? Do you guys see a hamster, right, Jay? A hamster. Do you guys see this little box that the baby is in? There's like a box with a baby in it. So in Finland, they provide free baby boxes to all new parents. And it comes with essential supplies, and it can even be converted into a safe first bed for newborns. So they put things in there like clothing and diapers and wipes and towels. I think that's like just an amazing idea, right? A baby box from Finland. All new parents get the baby box with all the new things. Top badge Alpha J-Line. Is that is that Alpha? Top badge Alpha? Welcome in. All right. Costa Rica. Let's flip over to Costa Rica. Costa Rica has become the first country in Latin America to completely ban sport hunting. Who's happy about this? Where are my animal lovers, right? Costa Rica is the first country in Latin America to completely ban sport hunting. I think that's amazing, right, Elvish? I think that's amazing. I could understand, like, people are always like, why do you eat meat? Yes, I eat meat, but hunting animals for sport or just as a trophy, I think that's inhumane. But hunting animals to eat, I'm okay with it. I know some people are vegetarians, they're not okay with it. All right, let's talk about robotics now. Surgeons operated on a patient 1,500 miles away using robotic technology, making it possible for top specialists to treat patients anywhere in the world. Wow. Now that's amazing, right, guys? Imagine if you're like in on vacation in a different country and then something happened, unfortunately, and now you don't have to worry so much because you can have a surgeon over in the US or wherever working on you despite where you are. So I think that's pretty amazing. Did you guys know that recently in China, they passed a law where they will unalive sex offenders for minors, right? China recently executed 3 convicted child offenders in public as examples of zero tolerance. I called BS in the middle of it and Wi-Fi goes out. That would be my luck, right? That would be. So I think that's amazing. I mean, I'm not really for the death penalty, but I am for children. I love children. And I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. How are you guys feeling about that? That China is not just locking up, but they're executing child sex offenders. They're given the death penalty, and to back it up, they didn't just put it into law. They actually just executed 3 people. It's scary, but it's also like finally, right? Yeah, China is strict with a lot of things. See, I agree with Elvish for president. Or that's D, right? Hi, D. She said castration is what I would rather than execution. I think that too. I agree. I think that would be a better choice because it's like I know they did something terrible, like beyond terrible, but the death penalty, that's just yeah. I mean, that's death, right? Okay, Croatia. In other news, Croatia is landmine free after 30 years and is now donating demining robots to help Ukraine too. So finally, Croatia is landmine free. I know some of you might be like, why is that big news? Well, you got to remember there's kids, there's people that don't know about these landmines. They're abandoned and they're still like a ticking time bomb. So you could have innocent kids playing in a field, and then next thing you know, one of them goes off, right? So I love the fact that Croatia is now finally landmine free, and they're donating their robots to Ukraine so they can also become landmine free. We have some great news for children again. A new medication dramatically reduces seizures in children with severe genetic epilepsy, letting them live healthier, happier lives. That's really great news. I actually had seizures as a kid. So, oof, to know that the kids today can be taken care of. And hey, guess what? The US made, even despite everything going on, the US made good news, positive news around the world. You know why? Because the United States became the first country to ban the shark fin trade nationwide, protecting millions of sharks from being killed for their fins. No more shark killing for fins in the US. It is now illegal. All right, welcome in everyone. That is the positive news segment from around the world. I hope you guys enjoyed that and it makes you feel just a little bit more positive. All right. I want to leave you with a thought of the day as we start winding down. Today's thought: clarity doesn't mean everything is figured out. It means that you trust your next step. You see, the way we are so backwards, right? Is that a lot of people wait for complete certainty before they make a move. But I'm going to tell you right now, life doesn't work like that. Clarity comes from movement first, confidence comes from action. So just remember the next time you're ready to make like a big step, you don't need the whole plan. You just need the next aligned step. All right. So let's end with our talk for today. The main topic: what does it truly mean to move forward after a setback? Well, we just had the Mercury retrograde, and the Mercury retrograde was meant to show us what's not working. Start today, Elvish. Start today, right? What needs to change and what we've been avoiding. But once it ends, the responsibility shifts back to us. So now it's not about observing anymore, it's about choosing. So here's what I want you guys to understand: setbacks don't ever stop people, but they do refine people. Delays don't block you, they protect you. Confusion doesn't weaken you, it forces you to look deeper, right? So now, when you think from that perspective, the question becomes, what are you going to do with what you've learned? These past 3 weeks, we've been in a Mercury retrograde. We have learned a lot of things about ourselves, about our social circles, about our family, about our partners, about our health, about our jobs, about our financial management. We have learned a lot of things, right? So now the question after all of that learning is, what are you going to do with what you have learned? You don't need to rush forward. You don't need to overcorrect. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to move with more awareness, one step at a time, aligned, intentional, and grounded. I love that. Love said, I'm 58 and still learning. I think that's the best place to be. I'm 48 and still learning. And I think once we can have that mindset that I'm always going to be a student, there's always room for me to learn more, I think we are going to have the best experience out of life because we're open to change, you know? All right, we are going to do a goddess message of the week. Welcome in, everyone. Remember, oh, I forgot my goddess message deck is down here. All right, let me do a little quick swap out. Welcome in, guys. We're coming down to the end of my show. Remember, if you would like a mini psychic reading or a psychic message about this week, what you can expect this week, it is a 1K gift. Oops, there we go. Got it. I did a swap out. All right, so let's see what goddess chooses us for this week. All right, we got the ancient goddess Sekhmet. Do you guys know Sekhmet? Well, Sekhmet was an Egyptian sun goddess. She's a fiery protector who was married to the Egyptian deity Ptah. Her name means strong and mighty. All right, so her message is be strong. You are stronger than you think, and your strength assures a happy outcome. See yourself as strong and victorious. Don't complain about anything. Don't blame anyone or any condition. You are the embodiment of strength, not victimhood. As you rise above the old tendencies and see yourself in the new light of beautiful feminine strength, your life will automatically shift in miraculous ways. You'll attract new opportunities, forms of abundance, and relationships to help you manifest your highest potential. Being strong means seeing yourself in the most favorable light you can imagine. Be real and allow yourself to feel genuine emotions. But most of all, be strong. So, of course, Sekhmet is going to bring us a message of being strong because she was known for watching over all the metals, right? You're welcome, love. Hi, guys. Welcome in. We are coming to the end of my featured show. So, we're going to have two more things: our self care tip of the week and our weekly challenge. And since I don't have anybody requesting a reading, I think that we can just kind of hang out for the last couple minutes of my show, right? All right. So, the self care tip of this week: after a period of stillness, there is a natural instinct to rush in and get everything done. I know I feel that way after my surgery on the 11th. I just want to get back to work and do everything, But sometimes, you know, you got to remember your nervous system is still adjusting, right? So this week, you want to focus on paced movement this week. Do less, but do it with intention, right? Give yourself space to transition, especially if you've been through something big. Like I went through surgery. So, Uma, don't rush back into work. Take your time. Instead of working full time, work part time, right? Whatever you guys are going through, remember that you're still adjusting and you need some time. You don't need to make up for lost time. That's the biggest thing that people, hi, decision maker, I'm doing well. You don't need to make up for lost time. When you were healing or recovering or recuperating, that was time well spent. So don't think of it like, oh, I got to go and do all this now to make up. No, you start where you are, right? And I have a weekly challenge for you. It's called the One Clear Step Challenge. Each day this week, ask yourself, what is one clear, aligned step I can take today? So let's do this together. All right. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And let's ask that question in our mind. What is one clear, aligned step I can take today? And if you want to let me know in the comments what comes up, let me know. All right. For me, what came up is nap time because I've been going since this morning when I woke up, and I can feel my body just aching and just wanting to lie down and relax. Elvish, taking my meds. Oh, you know what? You just reminded me I need to take mine too, girl. I got to take my pain meds because I can feel the pain coming back from going so long without it. All right. So, what is one clear, aligned step I can take today? Not 10 steps, not the whole plan, right? Just one. And promise me that you will follow through with just one step each and every day until I meet you again next week. Because if you do that, by the end of the week, you'll have momentum and not feel overwhelmed. And that's a big thing. Okay. Yes. Ever since my surgery, Love said, mine is keeping up with my doctor appointments. They schedule you for a lot of doctor's appointments. I mean, there was one week I had 3 doctor's appointments, and I was like, I can't live like this. I cannot. My heart goes out to people that have like terminal, lifelong conditions. I'm only going through this now because I had to have surgery, but it was a lot. I've got 2 on Wednesday. Well, hopefully they're close together and you don't have to be too far apart. I know that one day I had 2 on the same day. That day, but I hope you feel better and use today's self-care tip for this week. What's one thing I can do, right? That would help me. All right, guys. Today's message is simple. The reset is over. The lesson has been shown. So now, today, after Mercury retrograde, after spring equinox, it is time to move forward. Not with pressure, not with fear, right? But with awareness. And remember, you don't need to move fast. You just need to be aligned in your movement. Remember, guys, each and every day, you are the lotus flower rising through the mud, growing stronger, wiser, and more yourself with every step. What I wish for you is that may peace, love, and light guide your path. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next week.